Yeah, and you can go with me on my next trip. I'm going to talk about SAB somewhere, and you can come tell them all that too. So really do appreciate it, and thank everyone that went on the trip. I wanted to just say a couple of words because there's, and then we're going to have the group up here and let Craig say, is Craig here? Did you make it out of the elders meeting already? Okay, good. And let Craig have the last word and a prayer for us, if that's all right. But there's something that comes to my mind, a couple of words that keep coming to me over and over again, and it's boldness. But it's a boldness based on faith. To me, you had to be bold to go on this trip. It was my 14th trip. It's nothing new to me except that we went in winter. I don't want to go in winter. It's 32 degrees. There's no central air heat. It's colder in the building than it is outside the building. That's just the way it is. But it was tough, right? And then to find out, especially the women's side, what did y'all do without? Hot water, yes. So cold showers and cold days, you had to be bold. But I think it took a lot of faith, it took a lot of boldness to say, I'm going on this trip, even though I'm not sure how the traveling is going to affect my sciatica. Amen, David? Right? I think it took a lot of boldness to go on this trip when you had a business deal closing at the end of the week. Right, Craig? I think it took a lot of boldness to go on this trip without your parents. I think it did. I think it took a lot of boldness for you to go on this trip, for parents to send you on this trip without them, right? I think it took a lot of boldness to say, this is so important, I'm going to give up time with my family and kids to go on this trip. It took a lot of boldness to say, what is the point of me going on this trip? What value could I bring? It takes a lot of faith and boldness to say, here am I, send me. Because we know what Lauren said from Ephesians 3:20 and 21. That it's not us, it's God working through us to do great things. It took a lot of boldness to say yes to teaching a Bible class when you're asked just minutes before it starts. Or to teach a Bible class in a congregation that you've never been, or to lead singing at a place that you didn't know if they even spoke the language that you're speaking. It takes a lot of faith, it takes a lot of boldness to step out and say, I'm going to be used by God. I'm going to allow myself to be used by God. And that is the thing that doesn't change now that we're back. That is the thing that I hope everyone on this trip and all of us here today take to heart. That when we walk out these doors, it takes faith, it takes a lot of boldness to say, I am created by God to do good works that are already out there for me to do. And I'm going to go and I'm going to do them boldly, no matter what is in my way, no matter what obstacles I face, no matter what tries to hinder me. I'm stepping out and I'm going to serve. And you know what we're going to see in weeks to come? This is still we've only been back a week and a half, right? 2 weeks. We're going to see seeds growing from our trip. To give you one example, we went on a trip last April, took a group over. I got a message while we were on this trip. We did Bible teacher workshops in April in an area in the northeast part of South Africa. While we were on this trip, I got a message that said, hey, the Bible class teachers in this area all got together to practice the principles that y'all taught them. And they had 867 kids and 74 teachers teaching. Those are the kind of things we're going to see in 6 months and a year. The seeds that we planted on this trip are going to grow and produce fruit. Thank you. Thank you for your faith and your boldness. But you know, this doesn't happen just overnight. The school started in 1966 with the vision of elders at this congregation then, who said, we're going to pour into this school. And now 58 years later, you got 25 congregations. We went to 5 congregations. We could have gone to any of 25 congregations in Johannesburg area, 25 in Pretoria, 25 in Cape Town, and worshiped in all different kinds of settings, all because 58 years ago, seeds were planted. We're going to see those seeds here grow and produce fruit as well. So thank you for your participation. I hope that those of you who didn't go get to picture yourself in some of those stories. Forget the stories about cold water and freezing and all that kind of stuff. Nothing about the bug that went through the group. Oh, did I say that out loud? Plan on going. Plan, but more importantly, plan on being bold here, where you live, in your community. For the group, take the lessons you've learned, step out on faith, serve, love, do.